Okay, so I was told that these are identical. So you get basically 2 identical sprues, and we're gonna attempt to build one of them because I don't think we need to do both of them right now. And it helps if the light was on. This is a day in my life of being like chaos. Nothing ever just goes straightforward, like ever. And I literally sat down and was like, right, I've got 5 minutes to set everything up. And the postman came and decided he needed to talk to me. So I'm now a hot mess of trying to figure out. So what I'm thinking is that there are 5 males, 5 females, and then there's the special ones. So I'm thinking we could just build some of these and some of these and then do the special ones like another time. And then on this side we just have like their stats and like an idea of what they should look like. Also, let's see on the box and then these in here. So put them to the side, and yes, so we basically have. So it's going to annoy me because there is like a 5 to 10 second delay. So sometimes I am going to be a bit sort of waiting for things to catch up and then realize that's not how live streaming works. So, right, let's build some stuff. So I have enabled subscriber people can talk in the chat, and it's free to subscribe. So if anybody wants to do that, that's fine. I absolutely forgot to post this on Discord, but that's too late now because that's happened and I didn't post it on Instagram either. So anybody who shows up or doesn't show up, I appreciate it. And yeah, so I'm just going to get building. I can see the chat, so hopefully there's no delay on chat and I can answer anything that comes up. But there may be like a slight delay in the latency thing, which I have to work out. So, Pete, if everything was easy, it would be boring. Very true, Pete. Very, very true. Let's see. So, it looks like for the males, at least, I'm assuming you can see this. For the males, at least, it looks like they have a torso, they have a bottoms, and then they have a heads, and you pick which number. The women, like, it seems that you have 3 female bodies, and then you have a bunch of hands and a bunch of heads. And then for the special ones, they are like just the special ones which come with the extra bits that go on their backs. Or I think that's how that works. Yeah, so they're like the special ones who have like the graves and stuff on their back, which is awesome. And I definitely intend to build some of these ones with the graves on their backs, but I would probably leave the stuff off of them so I can paint. And nobody shouted at me yet, so I assume you can hear me. So I think we're all good. And I'm just going to get building and try to remember that the chat exists, because ADHD me will either be hyper-focused on this or hyper-focused on the chat, and there's no kind of in-between. So, just going to get started. Chat. There's not going to be any music because I didn't think it through and figure out royalty-free music, so you've just got me chatting absolute nonsense while trying to find numbers on this thing. So I'm just going to start at the beginning and be really boring and go for like number 1. So I found 2. Like, if you were here, well, no, you wouldn't have been here, but if you were here for the first time I built anything, I built some gut rippers, and I was just sat here the whole time just being like, I'm having a lovely time. I'm having a really, really lovely time. And I just kept saying that like a crazy mental person. So hopefully I don't have a repeat of that and people will actually talk to me a little bit so I have some kind of distraction. But right now I am struggling to even find where number 1 is, and I should have probably looked for this ahead of stream. So 1 is like a torso with a scythe. So let's look for torso with a scythe. Torso with a scythe. There we are. So, and my clippers are janky as because my dog chewed them, but they're also like the best clippers like ever. And I need to get another set because they're about £15 and I really like them. But as said, the the dogs have chewed the handles. The actual thing itself still works really well, and oh, I don't like that. That's way too close to the hand for cutting. Ooh, and then up there as well. Super nice. Yeah. Why can't they just? Well, I know why. It's to minimize the sprue, but like it does feel a bit like, why couldn't they all be kind of closer together? And it's like they do it on purpose just to upset you, make you look silly. But yeah. Which ones do I use? These ones are by the brand, I think they're called Zyron. I know I've linked them in a few videos before, but I will grab the link after the stream if you remind me. But yeah, it's XURON, Zyron. And they're marketed as for cutting jewelry and stuff. So not plastic, but they do an amazing job at cutting plastic. And these ones are rusty because my house has damp and mold and everything just seems to be rusty. And it just seems to be the lay of the land. So this has like extra spiky bits on it, like on the actual, you're not going to be able to see this, are you guys? I should have thought this through and like zoomed in way closer to this bit so you can see. But yeah, like if we try and come up here, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, if at all, because I'm not on camera. But the yeah, so it has these spiky bits coming off of this of the handle. I don't know if they're supposed to be there or not. Like, they're not part of the sprue. I just don't understand why they'd be on there. So they're coming off. So I don't understand why they would. Yeah, so they're coming off as well. So I don't know how well you're going to be able to see any of this. Normally I'm a lot more zoomed in and conscious and end up faffing over camera angles and stuff, but I just kind of wanted to get on and actually do it because I was hoping, if I'm going to be honest, that about 10 o'clock this morning I was going to come on, make sure it was sorted, I was going to do some stuff, then I was going to have a nap, and then I was going to make sure that I was here and well and happy. But I have literally been like test running, streaming stuff since 10 o'clock and stopped about half an hour ago, ate a fish finger sandwich, and now I am here. So I am now running on fumes at this point. Let's look for 6. We need 2, 4, or 6. Oh, we found 2 before, like dead easy. Oh, I found 4. That looks like legs to me. Yeah, we'll do 4. So when I was doing my gut rippers, I followed the instructions because it was very much like pick this, pick that, pick this. And then when I got to like 2 left, I think it was, I was like, oh, I wish I could start over because I would have done this all very differently. Like, I didn't really realize that you could just like pick any. I felt like you still had to kind of abide by the rules and that stuff didn't go together when it would have gone together. So I learned a lot from that, and now I'm kind of being a little bit more carefree, and I will do a lot more cleanup when I actually like have assembled these. But for now, just do some. And I really like this thing as well. It came in a set, and they don't make it anymore, and I am absolutely gutted because it is one of the best craft knives I've ever had. Okay, so he's got some kind of feet thing. Ultimately, the plan is to start doing Grimdark stuff. picked a head, and then the head goes on there, and then okay. So I can't remember who it was, but I was watching someone the other day. Oh no, I do. It was the narrative Stu. Oh, I've forgotten Stu's name, but yeah, he does amazing kitbash stuff, and he like yeeted his Tamiya stuff across his desk, and it went everywhere, and it's a new fear unlocked, like big time fear unlocked. So I'm assuming, nope, I don't know why that did not stick. Maybe I did not use enough stuff. Well, let's try again. No, I haven't tried building. Like literally, my model building is my orcs, and that's it. That's like, oh, and that one battle sister. And if you watch that video, you will know how much trouble I had getting her arms to stick. And this head looks like it's going to be a similar situation. Oh, he might be stuck on there now. I think as well, because I like have zero patience. But yes, so that's one built, and I'm leaving them off the base. And I think, yeah, there'll be more cleanup and stuff, and I'll faff with them. But so no, I have not built any Gundam models. The sprue numbering on that is a bit better. That's pretty cool to know. I don't know if it's just certain, because I've only built Age of Sigmar stuff. She says, is a battle sister? No, because the battle sister, because that came with Travelman UK, so the battle sister came like already cut off the sprue, so I didn't have to find or source the bits. I just have to build it. But that's 40k, I think. I don't think. I know that's 40k. Sprue wise, I've only done Age of Sigmar. Yeah, I'm thinking about my other two orcs that I built. They were like one-off pieces, not like in a multiple kit. I don't know the correct terms and lingo for that. I'm looking on my shelves because they were on here before. Where are they gone? Oh, they're all the way up there. Okay, never mind. But yeah, there's Mugrot the Watcher and what's the other one called? Boss Knob something? Yeah, those two. They came in their own boxes, so that wasn't the same as this. That was kind of like a cut and build. In fact, the Watcher one was a push fit model, which was kind of nice, and I got Stuart to build it for me because it was like very intimidating because I was still very, very new. Like then, not that I'm not new. Wow. Yeah. So anyway, nice characters. I don't know what I'm looking for now. 3. So something with a pitchfork over here. See, when they're kind of like, I don't look for the numbers and I look for what things look like, I think I do better. So I think that's probably the trick, isn't it? Is to do that. And not what I am doing. So. But I don't like the awkward silences, and I could talk for England, so but I don't know what to talk about. I've just realised you're going to very much see the top of my head. I did not think this camera positioning through at all. I was just like, set it up and I was like, yeah, you can see me. And then, no, you can't. So we need 2 or 6. 2 or 6. Oh, 6. We found 6. So I have a lot of plans, and this is technically going to be my first army. With the orcs, because somebody did ask me, they were like, aren't your orcs your first army? So the situation with them is that the Watcher one I actually won in a giveaway that I didn't realize I even entered. So I had that, and it was like a limited edition, something or other. I think it was from a con or something, and Carrie was giving it away. I ended up winning it, and she sent me it, and I had it for about a year before I even took the cellophane off, because I wasn't going to build Warhammer. That was my thing. I was like, nope, I'm going to do models, but I'm never going to do Warhammer. At least, then about a year, maybe year and a half later, I ended up opening that model for something to paint, and painted it. Oh, that looks like way too much. I forgot the whole thing about dry fitting these before. Yeah, so basically I did that, and then we were walking through Preston with my sister, and she was just like, oh my god, there's a Warhammer. And I was like, oh my god, there's a Warhammer. So we went in, and Stuart was like, you can have £75, what do you want? And I was like, I don't know. So I literally just grabbed some orcs, some demonettes, and some griffhounds. And I still haven't built the demonettes and or the griffhounds. They're in a box under my desk. So I had those, and then about a year later, I finally built them and painted them. And then I started having people message me telling me that you can't have multiple musicians in a thing, and you can't do this and you can't do that, and like just proper gatekeeping. And it was my first proper drama. And I was really upset because this person had actually become really good friends with. And anyway, he's blocked me now, so that's that. C'est la vie. Sucks because I spent the entire morning literally like listening to him complain about all kinds of stuff and burning through all my spoons when I had better things to do. And then he went and did that, and I was like, all right, see you then. And so I ended up with these orcs, but the intention was never actually to play with them. It was just figuring out building and painting stuff. And these might become something else if I don't get into Trench Crusade first, which is a whole other thing that's happening. And then I'm really quite interested in Moonstone, but at the same time I was kind of looking at the prices, and I'm a little bit confused over like the prices versus the models versus the games versus everything. So I need to look into I broke that. So I need to look into that a little bit more. Yeah, so that's looking like 2. And as I said, I'll clean them up better before I actually yeah. So let's see what's going on in chat. I wish you could make this chat bigger because that's really small writing. Yeah, when people like gatekeep. It was a really weird sort of, I don't know what I'm doing there. It was a really weird kind of friendship, because it started out as he was supporting me through doing my gut rippers. He actually was like, take your time, just enjoy it. And then he rang me, and I didn't know what to do, so I answered. And we ended up spending maybe like 2 hours on the phone just talking about Warhammer. And he kept saying to me, he was like, oh, I've got like 18,000 points in Eldar, and I've got all these points in this, and I've got all these points in that. And I was like, I still don't have a clue what the hell that means. Like, that could be like, what, 2 big models or like 50 little models? I don't know what that means because I don't play Warhammer. I have a bit more of a clue now, but at the time, he just kept listing all these different armies that he had and asking me what I want to play and what I want to buy. And I kept saying, I just want to paint, and I just want to build, and I just want to have a creative time. I don't want to play. And he was like, no, you have to play. And I was like, okay. So yeah, then that kind of escalated into him having to go and being like, he doesn't like people who are new to Warhammer and then have Warhammer names, like stuff to do with like I'm just trying to think of like Emperor's Children, or Eldar or Nurgle or anything like that. When you're new, you shouldn't have that kind of name. And I was just, yeah. And then he didn't like people painting them not true to law accurate or box art. And I was like, dude, just let people art. Art is like a massive thing. Like, don't be gay. Anyway, it did not work out. I can't like I just can't get on board with it if you're just gonna like tell people how they can art, because this to me is art. So yeah, anyway, right, gonna do a female. So let's do, she says, am I gonna do the one remaining? No, we'll do a female. So 9. Like the females are pretty easy to spot because they are full body characters. Yeah, so like 9 is right there. And she's really cool. She's got like vines and stuff coming out of her. And I've always been quite into horror stuff. So zombies for me, and I'm at some point going to do a necromancer as well. But I think I'm going to make that a special build. And like kitbash it and stuff. And that'll be cool. And go from there with that's kind of like the plan. And then I have to figure out how to actually play Warhammer, but I'm probably going to get Cursed City. And by probably, I mean I am going to at some point get Cursed City, and then I will invite people around and they can come to my house and play with me and my plastic model stuff. So her body is as is, and then you pick an arm and you pick her head. It's quite simple when you think about it, isn't it? So I'm kind of seeing the spade one, and I'm thinking that would be kind of cool. But also I'm seeing like the hands tied up, or just one arm holding, yeah, what is literally holding the other arm. As the second arm is detached. So number 12 would be kind of cool. So I found 14. So yeah, so I was asking a couple of people prior to the stream if they had built this, mainly because I didn't want them yelling at me that I was like, no, not yelling, that's the wrong term. Like just if people knew what this was like, is like, I don't know what I'm trying to say now. If they'd done this and had advice or ideas or suggestions and stuff, was kind of like where I was going with that. But it seems that nobody has actually built this, at least who is coming to the stream, because obviously someone has built this. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that thought, but it seems that none of you actually have. Oh, I like that. And again, she did not dry fit before, so it is clear where it goes. Oh, nope. This is probably the other arm. No, it is not. It is this arm. I don't know why I have so much problem with arms, but I really do. Hello, the tiny squig. Curse City is pretty fun. Yeah, I mean, I've watched like a lot of streams for Curse City. And I've got this is not happening. And I've got friends who have it. I haven't played it though, but I have seen it. And it is one of the things that made me, I was like, oh man, because it's like £130, I think, somewhere around there. Might be more, might be less. On Amazon. So that's from like coming from GW. It'll be probably cheaper if I bought it on like Element Games or something. And I was like, oh, but I really want to build the zombies, but I don't want to pay that much money just to build zombies and not play the game. And then it was like a month later, I accidentally stumbled upon these and was like, oh my god, you could just buy a box of Deadwalkers. And I'm hoping that's the arm fixed on there now. So that was the plan for the last like 3 weeks, and then like trying to keep it secret because sometimes I say I'm going to do something and then I don't, and I don't like having to explain myself. Sorry. But yeah, that is so cool. She has one arm and she's like carrying her other arm behind her, and I don't know if you see my narrative stories, but I end up like narrating stuff as I'm building, just kind of in my head. And I don't even know where that came from. I've kind of done it since the very first model. which my first one was a Loot Studios print, and it was a 75mm, and I think he's called something like the Adventurer or Traveller or something like that. But if you've ever seen RKG, he kind of looks like Rory from RKG, so I just had that in my head the whole time that I was building it. So I kind of painted it to look like Rory from RKG. Just a little fun factor. You reckon it's superior to the Curse? These? Yeah, there's more variety. Yeah, I've seen someone else say that. A lot of other people were saying how, because they're more of like the special ones where they've got like the graves on their backs, and they're more kind of like, this is your model, not pick a head, pick a body, pick a bar. But yeah, I did see somebody say that, and someone is actually selling some of the models individually for about £5 each on eBay, and I was like, kind of tempted to get them, but then I saw that some of these ones actually have the graves on the back. So, but those models are cool, really cool looking, and I really do like them. So it's like, do I buy them, or do I just put the money to a side to get Curse City? Because then at least I have a game and not just like a whole bunch of zombies. Not mad either way. Right, we need to find a female head. What are we looking for? She could have ridiculously long hair. She could have no hair. She could have half and half. People who shave half their hair, that's just weird. It doesn't appeal to me at all. Let's find that one. Number 38. Number 38. Turn it the right way around. We get a lot further. 39, 38. Yeah, it's like half shaven and half braid. That's right up my street. I cut that a bit far away. Depends what my friends are into. They play Warhammer, my friends. They have for quite some time. But they're more kind of like Space Marines 40k. But when they come to my house to play, which happens, they do come to my house to play, we usually end up playing like I forgot what it's called, but House of Madness, something like that. We don't play so much. It's more, I don't know what we play. My brain is drawing a blank because it's actually been like quite a while. D&D mostly. D&D. And then we got Shivers. We played that last time anybody came over. Card games. Digital games. She is so cool. Yeah, I'm going to geek out over that off camera. So we'll play lots of different things. But I think if I actually said, hey, I have this game, can we play it? They'd be like, yes, we can play that. That is absolutely no problem. We do have like the really big, we bought Hellboy when we went to London Comic Con 5 years ago, I think it was. And we bought the massive mega, you can only get it at that Comic Con one that's got all like the limited edition cool figures in it and stuff. And my partner's like, paint this, and I'm like, no, I can't paint, like I can't paint good enough to paint that. So we do have Hellboy, and we've played that a few times as well. My biggest thing is my friends don't live near me, and my family don't live near me anymore either. So it's like we have to really plan something for them to come over and play, and then we have to plan around time and where they're going to stay. And it'd be great because eventually I want to get a house where they can just come stay at my house. But at the moment, that's just not possible. I mean, I have a sofa. Anybody wants to sleep on that and be attacked by 6 dogs? You're welcome to live in that life, because that's my life. But yeah, so it really depends what my friends want to play, and they would probably more than happily play Curse City if I asked. So yeah, and then I'm making new friends. and we're going to have to figure out some kind of meetup or something, because we are, for the most part, I think we're in the UK. It's like 3 people in America, but the rest I think are in the UK, mostly North England. So maybe we could figure out some kind of meetup thing where we play or just hang out, or yeah, that would be really, really cool if we could do that. But that's probably a next year thing. Right, back to this. Let's see. I'm thinking we're going to build number 11 because we found her straight away. And then, see, right next to number 11 is number 13. And then that's the females from the female section. Well, there's others, obviously, but I just mean from this, because I think the others are heavily relying on. I get the other sprue, because as I said, you get 2 that are the same. What we're seeing, I don't know how to pronounce that. Mordheim. Yeah, Mordheim is fun. Don't know how to pronounce it. Feel you on the friends. Mine all live far away now. Just, yeah, it is like the number one thing, because I've talked to a few people on Discord, and their number one thing is like, not that they don't have friends, just that like their friends have moved away. My partner moved here to be with me, and so his friends are back home in Morecambe, and I'm just outside of Blackpool. So he doesn't really have that many friends either, because they're all living all over the place now. And we had his best friend over last year, and she's from Canada, so that's a bit of a trip. Let's find 14. So it's kind of I'm at the point where I think it's time to make some new friends and stop living in the past, and to get on with some things. I said I was going to do 14, but I think I've found 15. See, this says 16, and 16 is a different thing. Oh, no, it's not. I'm just holding it the wrong way up. Yeah, no, that's what I wanted. Yeah. Happy bunny. It was 16, right. So this has got 2 arms, and they go on there. Yeah. So my partner, like, because he works like all the time, so then when he's not working, which is like the weekends, he's just too exhausted to really socialize or do much of anything, especially with all the traveling to and from work, because we do not drive. And it's on the cards for the 5-year plan is getting a house and getting driving and doing a lot more stuff. But it is a 5-year plan, and that is not now. Right, and then, oh, this is going to be fun, because we're fitting the arm into 2 places, not just 1 place. I don't think I ever realized how small models are, though. Like, these are like much smaller than I think I thought they were as well. Because when you look at them on people's pictures and stuff, and you're like, good for you, you built a thing, what do you do? And then you try to build that thing that's super tiny and super hard, and now I completely understand why everybody is really happy to like share that they've built a thing, because it's not as simple as it looks at all. I think I've got 1 arm on. Yeah, there are quite a few local game clubs to me, but anxiety wise, I kind of feel like if I've met people and got to talk to people online and socialized with them that way, and then we can meet up, I'd be really cool with that, and I'd throw myself into that 100%. If I was to go to like a local game club and try and make friends, I would just sort of stand and watch really quietly, really shy, and then go home and have a nervous breakdown. It is like, I don't know what it is. It's part of my anxiety. The whole reason that I'm even doing any of this, and Instagram and YouTube, everything, is literally to break that anxiety, because I don't mind telling you, I rarely leave my house, and when I do, I don't go out on my own, and I haven't been out on my own for 13 or 14 years now. Like, I don't know what it is. I just break down, start crying, shaking, like incredibly unwell, throw up, just it's a really bad time. And it's so stupid because when I go out with my partner, like I'm bold and brash and like head first and go do and like ask questions later and a completely different person. And I have no idea what it is. But yeah, like I have to have either my partner or my mum or one of my siblings or even just a friend. I have to have somebody with me, otherwise I just can't function. Don't know what it is. So what's the Instagram? It's the same. All my handles are awitchesminis. And I basically am on Instagram and YouTube. And that's pretty much it at the moment. I do have a coffee, which I'm working on. And I set up Twitch, but I think I'm going to stream on YouTube. I think that would just be easier for me to try and build a YouTube community rather than trying to build more and more communities and getting overwhelmed with stuff. So if you want to follow that, and then there's the Discord as well, which everybody should join the Discord, because everybody on Discord, I'm like massively overwhelmed with just how nice everybody is. And I genuinely thought I'm going to make a thing and then I'm going to sit there and talk to myself and nobody's ever going to join it. And I don't know why I'm doing it. And then it's not been that. It's like at least maybe 10 people that talk daily. And I think there's like 25 people total on it at the moment. And some people have come and some people have gone, and I've noticed that, and it's saddened me because some of the people that have gone I thought were friends, or I was getting to know as friends, but the people who have stayed are like really becoming family. And it's so surreal how you can become really attached and close to people who you've never actually met, but it feels like you have, or you know them so well, or... But yeah, it's a really nice vibe over there, and I like hanging out on there and seeing everybody post their models and their art and talk about their days, and it's just a really cool vibe. And I'm absolutely living for it. That's really cool that you joined a games club, and then obviously Discord, because I know you're obviously on the Discord. But yeah, it definitely helps to be able to chat to people first. I kind of am operating on this. If it's online, I can turn it off. No harm, no foul. But as a physically disabled person, I cannot run away if I need to. I cannot get out of a bad situation if I need to. I have been through abusive relationships, and I think that's in part why. And then also, like, I fell at work, and then that's how I became disabled, and that was like 15 years ago-ish now. Which started the ball rolling, and she is so cool. Yeah, really like her. She might be my new favourite. Oh, guys, I'm going to love doing this. This is just going to be... Yeah. So, local games clubs. Obviously, there's Warhammer in Blackpool. And then there's a couple of like cafe type game clubs where you can go and eat, drink, game, have a good time, socialise. I know there was 2 game places that were near me, but I think they've closed down now. I know there's like one cafe in St. Anne's, I think it is, that a lot of people have said definitely go there because it's just a really good vibe just to even go, just to see what other people are doing. You don't even have to join in or anything, you can just go. But it's getting to places, and then having the time to get to places, because I heavily rely on my partner being able to go with me, and he works Monday to Friday, so it's kind of like a... But yeah, I understand what you're all saying, and that I should look to join game clubs and stuff and make some friends. Yeah, I mean that's something as well, like meeting people in streams who play Warhammer and maybe find some local people. Like I say, a lot of the people in the Discord are kind of North England, and I'm also North England, so That's always a possibility that we could meet up. Especially if we get driving and stuff, that would really open a lot of doors to be able to do a lot more things. Right, what do we do now? Another lady or another man? And I'm calling them ladies and men because that's what they look like. But obviously some of them could be trans or non-gender. Okay, what am I looking for? I'm looking for 13. Is that 13? Yes, that one is 13. I know I'm looking for it. I found it before and I said that there's number 13 is right there. I really like these clippers. They're just really satisfying. I've had a lot over the years with various filament printers and resin printers that have just been awful. And I don't know if I mentioned that I used to have a jewelry business, so would go through a lot of clippery type tools. And these ones are just absolutely awesome. And I recommend them. Ooh, I do not like that bit though. Sorry, just focusing on trying to get that off because that does not. Oh, we'll sand it. I'm going to do that over here because I remember what happened last time. There you go. Yeah, last time I shook the house down and it was a bad time. So we have. I'm going to do more cleanup, like I said, but so yeah, so it's really cool that you found Warhammer friends through watching live streams and stuff. That is really cool. This is my first. See, technically it's not my first stream, but it's my first stream because I used to stream with an ex doing video games, and then I started on my own, and I got on a lot of abuse for the things on my chest. For long story, yeah, just even I wouldn't dress no, can't say that word. I'd wear like slogan t-shirts and stuff, and guys would still come in and just be like, "Oh, you're only like popular because of your boobs," and I was like, can't cope with this, can't do this, can't hack it. So I ended up jacking that in, and that would be like 11 years ago now. Where does time go? What is time even? Sorry, I'm all assuming that you can hear me okay. I asked if you could hear me. I never asked if you could hear me okay. I don't suppose there's much I can really do about that at this point though. Just have to keep it in mind for the next stream and or talk louder. Oh. Ooh. I like that. I like the spadey shovely thing. It's pointed, so it's a spade. It's flat-headed, it's a shovel. I think I got that right. Could be the other way around. Yep, all good. Good. Thank you, Pete. I don't know if Andy's here. I know Andy said he was going to come, but don't know if he made it or if he's just sitting in the shadows being shy. I don't know if it tells you like who's actually watching or just that people are watching. Current viewers 3, so possibility. I like how I turned the stream on earlier to do a test, and I didn't set it to private by accident. And in like the 12 seconds that I was streaming, like 13 people showed up, and I was like, oh, no, I'm like not staying, sorry. Just trying to make the audio happen. Which, by the way, I absolutely love this mic. And to the certain individuals who helped me pay for it, or who actually literally paid for it, because it was fully funded in like 48 hours, which is insane, because they wanted me to do these live streams. So I'm hoping I'm not going to disappoint But in future, I am going to figure it out so that you can actually see what I'm doing, which is mostly fumbling, putting arms on. I see, right. I think the key might be to just do one arm at a time and hold it rather than trying to put both arms on. So yeah, I was done with it. Now oh, that's like really cool. Yeah, so I'm just outside of, literally just outside of Blackpool. Like, might as well be in Blackpool. So that's pretty close to Manchester. I think we have someone in the Discord who's like near Gravesend, or at least I was talking to someone about Gravesend recently. And then obviously we have a certain friend who is between Glasgow and Edinburgh. So like, it's a little bit weird to me how people find each other and they're not actually like a million miles away. Like, the first person I actually got speaking to on Instagram, like, we've been speaking for ages, and then one day he posted something and I was like, are you in Blackpool? And he was like, yeah, I live in Blackpool. And I was like, okay, well, this is a very different, like, so we still have not met up. And he wants to start doing a mental health podcast with me, but he wants me to host it on my YouTube, and I don't think I have the capacity to like just do that. Right, okay, I don't know what's going on with this arm. This arm might be a green stuff fix or a bodge job later on. Like, I can see where it's meant to go, but it just doesn't look natural at all. Maybe we can hold it like that. So yeah, so it's really cool that people are kind of like all over the place, but not too all over the place, and you can find a community wherever you go. That is not going to stick. I do not know what's oh shit. Okay. See it. I don't know why some just seem to stick really well and just go on, and they're just done, and they're there, and that's that. And other things like really just don't want to stay stuck at all. But at least I don't have stupid long nails on today, so it's not as much of a struggle as some recent events. Oh, we didn't get a head, so there's no point in gluing that bit until we pick a head. What are we doing? 39. See, on the model things as well, like, there is a head on here, and you won't be able to see it at all. It's number 40, and on here, it kind of looks like a janky, weird man doing, I don't know what kind of devil face. But on here, it's cool AF. Like, I really like it. It's not at all, like, so I think we're going to go with that one, because that looks really, really cool. And I would like to get more of these boxes, by the way, and then like do some kitbash and stuff with like other boxes and other things. I think that would be really quite cool. Which way is her head gonna go on? You'd think it only had one way. What? Yeah, I'm going to see if I can glue this one on at a jaunty angle. Jaunty angle. Because I think it'd be really cool if her head was just in a really weird way. But it might be like a set, like, let's see, spool wiping. Yeah, see, like, that is already kind of like, I can let go and it's okay. Whereas the arm, if I'd let go, it would have just pinged straight off. Don't know why. So yeah, so we've got two guys and 3 girls. So let's have a look at doing some more of the guys. I also totally charged my stopwatch thingamabob so that I could see what time, like how long, because I didn't want to be getting carried away. But I think it's been about, oh, it says there, 57 minutes and nearly a half. So I was planning to stream for an hour, but I don't really have anywhere to be. I'm just more mindful of other people having somewhere to be. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I think next year a bunch of us are all planning to go to Manchester Comic Con, which I think is like going to probably be how most of us meet up from now on. It's going to be like just once a year at big events, unless like something else happens. And then obviously like having individual, like my friend Graham come over to our house and stuff because he has a car. Bit of a trek for him, but he likes driving and visiting people and going all over the country to visit people and stuff. So it's booking him is the problem because he is such a busy dude. But yeah, he is like my go-to guy for Warhammer because he's the first person I knew. Well, sort of the first person that I knew. And we've been friends for like 20 years, I think. Don't know where time goes. Right. So I'm either looking for 2, 4, or 6, but I can't remember which ones we did. There's 2, so we didn't do 2. So we did 4 and 6. So I might build this guy and then see where we are at. But it's been fun talking to everybody and to the 2 lovelies who have chatted. It's been really fun. And I think I like these daytime streams as well, like when I have the energy during the day. But I know a lot of people were like evenings or nights would be, or weekends would be better. And it's like, I just don't really have the energy to do that. And on the weekends, I like to spend it with my partner because I don't see him so much of the week. He is actually currently home. He's got a 4-day weekend. So he is currently sitting with the dogs. Otherwise, they would be absolutely going mental. Oh, I like that one. Does that one have a thing? Yeah, so this one has like a weird scroll like stapled to his back. That's really cool. So I think I like characters that have a bit more of a story rather than they're just generic. But yeah, I can definitely see me getting this box multiple times over and just having a massive army of undead Deadwalkers zombie. Sorry. And then I did buy the grandfather's gardeners to do so plague Nurgle, there we go, got there. Because I want to enter, forgotten her name, challenge, and she's doing a Nurgle challenge, and I thought it'd be pretty fun just to enter that. And I've created a whole character concept called Emily, and I'm really excited for her. And then my friend Adam has sent me some Death Guard to play with, and then my friend Luke has sent me, they're in the post, he has sent me some Nurglings to go on my Emily model because he is cool AF. So I have people that I am meeting and they are gifting me things, and that is so sweet, and I plan to gift things as well, which reminds me, yeah, Pete, message me later about the dice roller boxes, please, because I meant to get back to you about that and I completely forgot. So yeah, message me later about the dice boxes. These are so cool. Like the amount of detail on these as well. Like I think I've not really paid that much attention to the awesome detail in these, but like, yeah, for something so small, they are very detailed and very nice looking. Oh, I'm going to have problems with that. Should have got that off first. Oh no, straight off, no problem. And I don't know what's going on with that foot either. So we are. Thank you. I always started looking at the female heads then to add on to a male body, but I imagine they fit. I can't see that they wouldn't fit. But alright, so I do like that all the heads are kind of more or less together, so you don't have to kind of go all over looking for heads. That's at least something, but we do also want to make sure that we're not using like a specialist head. If that's the thing we're looking for. I don't like that the faces are on the other side to the numbers though, that's a bit annoying. That one's kind of cool. What's that one? 29. 29 is one of the specialist heads. Boo. What am I looking for? Oh, 33 is the one that's got the axe in it. Yeah, let's do that one. There we go. And then I have... Oh, Andy's here. Andy's finally here as I am putting it away. No, I'm not putting it away just yet. Hello, Andy. Welcome. I was questioning if you were here sat in the shadows or if you hadn't yet made it because you were working on stuff. But it's pretty cool that you are here now, so hello. And so YouTube does this really cool thing when you stream. It actually saves your stream so you can upload it. Unlike Twitch, you'd have to record it separately, I believe. But on YouTube, it actually saves it so you can just upload it. But I might download it and edit it and then do some highlight stuff with it. So annoyingly, when I'm trying to put the head on, it's pushing the body off of the legs. I don't know what that's about. I don't know why it's doing that. So yeah, so I'm thinking I might do some highlights, but not today because I am a sleepy bunny. I'm kind of thirsty as well. Oh no, you've been here all along. You've just been hiding in the shadows. Fair enough. Each to their own. Is the head gonna stick on? Why is it just the guys? Like, it's just the men. They don't want to. So, and I will probably go over all of these and like use my sprue goo stuff that I made, and I brought it with me. I just didn't use it yet. I don't know why. But the expression on this guy's face, because he's like got an axe sticking out of his head, is like kind of priceless. It's almost like he did it to himself and now seems really confused, like where did the axe go? It's kind of cool. So right, we've done 3 guys, 3 girls, and I think after that we have to move on to the doing the other sprue, because the rest of them I think are the specialist ones and then extra parts, which I will be doing, but I think I want to do them in a stream later in the week. I think is my plan for that. Not sure what day yet, but I think yeah, so I don't want to go, but at the same time I think it's probably best to leave it here and then we can pick up at another time, because it's been like an hour and 6 minutes that you've had to put up with moi. So let's see what's chat saying. Just Andy saying that he's here, he's been here all along, and chat wasn't working. Oh no. We had like loads of issues with the chat earlier, and we couldn't go to work either, and I don't know if that's because like people, I've turned it on so people have to subscribe, so that I didn't just get people like spamming the chat without subscribing. I don't know. I thought it'd be a good way to encourage people to subscribe and hopefully stick around, theoretically anyway. So, but yeah, so it's been really awesome, and I've had a really nice time, and if people will message me and stuff, and we will figure out when everyone's free, and hopefully you can join me again, and I will do better camera angles and stuff, so I think you could see a bit more next time, because I feel like I didn't think it through. So yeah, so I'm gonna love you and leave you, and let's stick that on, and hopefully it'll be that. So, right, lovelies, so it's been awesome, and I am off, so I will catch you later, and yeah, bye.